Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Kevin Jones and this is the Beginning Hunter video series here on YouTube. My goal with this program is to educate and inform you on everything that you will need to know about becoming a new hunter. We have another gear review today. These are the Rage Chisel Tip SCs. So before we get started, I always like to show what this will look like when you purchase it online, from a store, wherever it is that you decide to purchase. So that's the once over. You can see there's 3 in here. These right here, do not let those fall out when you actually open this thing. Otherwise, you will regret trying to find those. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so just pop this thing open. Don't forget there's a sticker right here. So this Rage logo right here is actually a sticker you put on your bow case. I just pulled one of these out. I pulled all 3, but yeah, so we're done with this guy. Put him aside. All right, let's take a look. These are really nasty looking, very scary kind of looking broadheads. I don't even know at this point how many broadhead reviews I've done, but these ones really look impressive. I don't really know, like high tech, I guess is a word I'll use, or like a unique design, because you can see that they've actually offset the blades a little bit like that, which I have not seen before. Really cool. So I mean, first impression, I like how compact they are, because they can just kind of slide all up. And let me see if this is going to be the first video I actually slice my thumb off or something. Hopefully not. So they really compact really nicely down into this thing. Really a cool looking design. So yeah, so these are the Rage Chisel Tip SCs. So they're called the Chisel Tip. Well, I'll give you one guess why they call these the Chisel Tip. So this Chisel Tip right here is actually made out of steel. And these ones actually have what's called the slip cam technology, which allows these 3 razor sharp blades just to slide right on out. And these things are really nasty. And they're 0.035 inches, and these are stainless steel blades. And when they're fully deployed, it pops out to 1.6 inches of a cutting diameter, which is impressive. So these come in a 3-pack. So I think the way that they did these, let me check this guy out too, is they were able to pair this chisel tip, which is again super nasty. They were able to pair the chisel tip with the shock collar to basically help carry the broadhead's power through the impact. So what does that mean to you? Well, that just means increased damage. So you have this thing sliding in through. Upon impact, it chisels its way through, and by the time these broadheads are starting to get pushed out, you have this chisel tip just driving through like a freight train, and then right at the end it just snaps out, and you have a huge cutting diameter for the rest of the broadhead. So if you are not familiar with what the shock collar technology is, I pulled one of them out. So see this little black thing right here? That is what you basically use to hold these broadheads together and compact. So that way these things don't pop out while they're in your quiver, and you don't want these razor blades swinging around while you're trying to get to your stand in the morning, or you're hiking around the hilltops or something. You really don't want that. So they come with these little black things on the bottom. Again, those are the shock collars. And what happens is again, when you're actually, upon impact, it pushes these blades back. Let me see if I really don't want to slice my finger open on this one. But what it does is when it pushes this, it actually breaks a little piece of this shock collar right here, this thing I'm spinning around. It breaks a little piece of that off, which it's supposed to do. And then it fully deploys, and you get the full penetration, and you get that full thing snapping out. These shock collars, you can reuse them several times. So you can see they actually have a couple notches in them. And when you get this, you slide it on here and you compact all this stuff in like so. And you slide this guy up, and you see these little notches right here. That's where you just want to hook right behind, and then it'll hold your broadhead together. All right, so let's talk about ratings. So these things look cool, but they're not going to do any good if everybody says they suck, right? So I went and checked on Amazon. So they got a 4.7 out of 5 stars, which is really high. And it had a really good data set. So it was at like 371 votes. So the peoples are liking them. And so let's talk about prices. So people like them. I think they're really wicked. Let's talk about prices. So they're $39.99, and I think that's fair. I think that's really fair. I really like these. I've never done one of these reviews before on this particular model. I like them. I think they're really cool. So yeah, that's all it is. There's not much more to it than that. They're nasty looking. They are super impressive. I like the red. And I really like the idea of the chisel tip to be able to follow with expandable broadheads that will absolutely tear a freight train hole through your animal. I think that's what we all want, isn't it? So if this video was helpful to you, consider hitting the like button. If this video was extra helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, that's it. We will see you next time. Bye.